Chrome ye busy, or man for you money beaches.
Say P do bit me P na de wo bottom no here.
I then bottom will be no.
Na wo bottom be bi ho.
Odi na me bisa me wi an we bisa me de no. Nti me ni odi no.
Ye go so pem so. Aja afinya ko aprobe to ye. E was here dey aseda menyame. Ebi wo ho ebi ni ho kra was here da nyame ase. But the reality is that and when Ghana ni bi akasa including MPP for kra ombeka chow say enyema munye.
Reason then I want say COVID no.
It cannot be COVID.
World economy shut down.
World economy bra. World economy because
now say UK no more demonstrations.
Demonstration about there. Say Brunya no more chiro.
It's
a demonstration they been see UK. Sure.
No, about economy, fuel prices and all.
But in Ghana in 2021, fuel bought cost averagely by 9 Ghana cedis per gallon of diesel and petrol. Oko Togo, Oko Cote d'Ivoire, Oko Burkina, it didn't happen like that. Ghana in 2021, we saw taxes like COVID levy on VAT, COVID levy on NHIL. There is no country in Africa who be COVID levy. No country is saying that yari ababi kumnipano, ababe se munyumano. For which reason, was a government cross or amount for us saying. So I are me sounds what the abetri mason. As sounds why you tax muntia. There is no COVID levy in any country in Africa. Okay, but in 2021, 2 and yet bako cross on VAT, on NHIL, and these are indirect taxes. What that means is that Ghana for the consumer in Eritrea. Are you getting me? In 2021, petrol, ni diesel. Yeah, the boiler tax to so sanitation levy 10 pesos per liter. On my bay now, the boiler tax up to petrol boss. On my bay. In 2021, on fuel krona, the energy sector levy 20 pesos per liter of diesel and petrol. LPG 18 pesos per liter per kilogram of LPG. What do you say? These were just new fuel taxes. And some of the new taxes are by. All existing margins and taxes on fuel were increased. Bus margin, 200% increment from 3 pesos to 9 pesos. Fuel market margin cost more than 160%. All the margins went up. So, and at the end of the day, so no dollar cost. And because they had the dollar, they could crack Safang on the ball money. Then my petrol no boy a day, coupled with the taxes. And that is why, and the concerned drivers for say, petrol na kosro adum pempen so bi a omonto omo car boom spare parts obo akosro omo adwuma egu so omo to lorry fare mu 40%. Me sure say what is answer.
Yeah.
Yes, you understand. And it is not the same, even though say omo bi ani omo ho ato omo was amre we mu no aho kire no ayesa hemfu chinye no ebi da bi achi. Are you getting me? And this year they are buying it, but you check other countries, it is not like that. In some countries, government is actually subsidizing fuel, like in Kenya. The Kenyan president, Uhuru Kenyatta, has released $200 million to cushion the people of Kenya by providing subsidies for fuel. Because Ghana, you tax be a friend price stabilization and recovery levy. Auto petrol, that's 14 pesos per liter. Auto diesel, that's 12 pesos per liter. And the purpose of this tax, and they say, I want you to buy my anymore. That is a man saying just so far no bo kosura. Yan fast tax no anti petrol bo so no man for one high omo. I buy better na konwa so. Wa je sa to no nko over 4 billion cedis. On fanye adwuma e wo so dey here, which is to cushion the ordinary Ghanaian na o se on fanye. Yes, I see no na omo sorry omo dey rent a private jet akese no. Boeing 737 dey keka ho no. Instead of we using resources
allegedly why been here say sika no mo dey here
but sika here dey ebo omanpanyi Akufo-Addo ho bra and na so afọ ho bra it is from the consolidated fund and ato ameka ho asem so consolidated fund nti e foto ba ko na e kwanzen bra ko na sika kro na. Are you getting me? So we shared this across 2021 even in relation to fuel. Check cement bo pempen so e do e koye in 2021 her dollar no yesterday afternoon was saying and there is another dollar and I'm 6 cedis 50 pesos. Unya the 6 cedis 40 pesos and nyame aboa. Okay, so it is affecting more de forex edibra importers. Yeah, so you chrome her. say banchekra ba womianti ya free China. You can Google, Lubia will team your Google. Ghana imports cassava from China. Google it right now. I'll produce on Google. Sure. It's there. So everything on the market, yes, we are importing cassava from China and other countries. Check it. The number of metric tons are here. You just Google it. What you say? And in this man say you import to banchida. But my point is the point I'm making is that enyeme wo ye dwaso do do na wa ye den ye kra. The dollar cost rosa na import duty so ekosora e ma manfo ho ye den e chiro. And that is why I buy here say or baba to import duty by 100%. You move because there be.
Yeah, shares here from that one benchmark values here na ban say or ma aba. Otie mo na eye for. Na wo mo kire se beboa ama enwuma ewo Ghana no niema ni bia ye kraba wo mususu se ebe ya anka ye concentrate wo Ghana ha de no so no to atumi atwa base yi di free ho a ebe ma niema no yakoso akra e de abasa a emwa ye economy no emye ntumi engro but menim se o pressure no se guta fon so di bi by aside that aban no so akire se o ye listening government enti wa twende kwa echi kakra. But I saw say you were jubilating. Say what the kwachi. But we are going to lose Sika Ebianki Benya and the free.
My man starting free baby and then you lose Sika. And Bawumia and I am authority on that. You see, in April 2019, Dr. Bawumia Babontin Bekasai, the video is available. I played it at that press conference on benchmark values. And what Dr. Bawumia can say, Porte Jumano. A travel based on volumes. Cargo dodua FAO ports and a chirisika dodua winya. So what I say. And it's what to import duty muna wo port bo be there. People will cut corners. And instead say or kra dia bagana or they ba be si tema port no. Or they be si Togo for port. Because Togo will free port. And or they be Cote d'Ivoire for port. Because I want to import duty in what form. Into a bema smuggling now because you could see when we are now the container good trailer so no we treat you and a bribe from one or the other into beko jomuno na a more a was supermarket here ton but we check a batch number no na fatima port. So in 2019 a buying who say import duty akosoro no according to Dr. Bawumia mu say no mo hwiri sika what to import duty ni mu say bebo abo wenye sika. But you are not getting it because at the end of boy Diama will be a smuggle. Into Sikano Grania Day, Emma. And we think Dr. Bawumia any are buying this discounts on a day, a buy, which was a 50% discount for general goods and 30% for vehicles, to encourage importers to import more through the port. So that as they import more through the port, then government can get the needed revenue and it will reduce smuggling. So what man say? And I'm here analysis. Dr. Bawumia na yema omobo musema no pra. And in fact, abaying this answer ne buy no. 2019 o meeting revenue target. 2019 yenya revenue tax revenue 43 billion. Dodoa yenya free port. The yenya free port na na doso. Because you know a lot of our taxes come from the port, from customs. 2020 even with COVID, yenya 45.3 billion cedis. More than we got in 2019. And you know what we have gotten for 2021? We projected 55 billion. Where the gap between 45.3 billion in 2020, in 1 year period, they call 55 billion because of the new taxes. Menoka say customs for Umenya over 57 billion for 2021. So even with the discounts, we're meeting our targets. Are you getting me? So we are losing money because Adiano bone ye reasonable and nipa krono obe to be the 10 containers aba obe to be the 15 containers aba na adiano boy dia say ni get to krono no de nyema neighbor. For example, let me give a practical example. If you bring 140-footer container of rice from Vietnam to Ghana, currently you pay import duty around 24,000. Okay, based on the discount table. We discount now a be called double 48,000. So, say me the 10 containers ne ban now at 24,000. Make clear 10 now. I need 240,000 cedis, which is 2.4 billion. But if you remove the discounts, now cost I would need 4.8 billion. If I don't have the 4.8 billion because me nyesi the man said don't wanna me the ban na meteso. So if I'm bringing in small volumes of container, the revenue I'm paying to government will reduce. Now we take cry here and only the law abiding. The only law abiding or the crabby befa portwa, not the don't wanna fatugu, no smuggler. Into a dear Sentia, Dr. Bawumi on the economic whisked and messiah for the MPP. Or the good analysis we by April 2019. He said the Kenoforiata ne abayin penny was yenti ni bium. He said you better to import duty mubum. But my main sounds on come chika cransa na about benchmark in this one kasa. Because you see, and much say no be bad say oh. I buy now and then a discount buy and it's also where you discount everywhere. Then what is the big deal? I hear a lot of people making that argument. I buy now and then discount and they buy, but discount no they buy, then your papa no the buy Ghana for. It is say
I say otete so no.
And your papa because ye on one in 2 more or they buy and I've the one who's a man phone to me. I'm a smuggler and I cost what or Hudisika. No say any me teso. I say onna meni muhana minua buy. The cabo na sisi wona mobu na osi okay ya hwe oba still togusu but obeto picanto bi ama na obadwuma watena tena mu abua se eyo no ne de cabo ma wona mobu ye ntini watoka ama ana meboa enya za wona moa woto no watoka ama eyo no de wakote bia bi mu ntini watoka ade ama enti 1 year after wona na mu abu ni nyeye na osi ma beje me car na wo kan osi wona za me na me de me car ama maje amaje. Is that right? One out the car ne mama but want to be in kasa waje because one out the course at be anymore enemy to guso Ghana free me tintin be seen time o man penyo kufu ado betina konwa so no na import duty you calculating it based on idea your friend CIF cost, insurance and freight. It is still the same. Now cost ne woman no na yesi no eno na ya ade ne boa wo de so person wo de car ba Ghana Toyota Corolla 2015 model a boa wo de turn no US and our man our turn was so no I wo invoice so no na ye digital so calculate import duty ma na ni see no okay enti sa time ni nyina na calculate import duty wo awade na wato na ya invoice no na ya hwebo no na ya insurance ni freight account na ya calculate import duty na samre na how kakra wo ne say especially okay, let me not say this on radio. Some people, okay, were beating the system, say.
And how bought our company anything?
Come a bought uncrophobia who free baby. But I don't think it would be fair to do that on radio. What they were doing is I did if you turn $1,000 no. Or no they need you be draw so no they turn their $500. So under invoicing. So to both at the corner Toyota Corolla 2015 we say me to me there $12,000 we say me there $10,000 in the corner the same specification the same year but they pay different import duty. There was no fairness, uniformity and standardization. And not there some mernia yen say benchmark newo eno na wo ngume bi mu aye friend HS code, harmonized system code, customs bia will be ade bi e wo wiase bia and it has been identified in that book. It's a very big book. And it has been given a value. It is reviewed from time to time. And it's what the adibi back Ghana and a papa Kofo Berso and a papa Mahama and a papa Mills Berso. Now you say a bona was with the toa de and braka. You free so person who see buying import duty. Into what's a bona so. Now commissioner naka say wait dear. Minyin nisa de no buni. Into mema commissioner value based on their HS code. And no your friend a benchmark value. No. So under NDC, under Papa Kofo no. Benchmark value was the exception. You use commissioner value, which is what is called the benchmark value, to calculate import duty only when we suspect say ubiate adebia or deba or minus or boso to pay less import duty. Near the no assessment. It was not the general rule. But ya no mba and Dr. Bawumi say omo de omo nyane sa. So the no mo person omo ye no so na nya bone. Ne kwanswa because some person pere yo ye den eye adwuma enti sa ade na amode ba Ghana ya de kro dia ene obi antua import duty enti emfa ho ne boa wo se wo de to wo de obia wo de ade ne bidura. The thousands of enyema ye de ba Ghana no were all categorized into 84 categories. So ade a wo de ba Ghana bia na ye nhwe wo invoice ye be hwe enwomanim ade ne boa na wo de bitua import duty. Meaning say what what the 1,002. Now ngoma mu 1,005 near the be calculate import duty. Enya de what the toy. Say what no 1,002. Now ngoma mu so 1,000 a lower. You be use ngoma mu die no. Okay. So the importers were happy. They accepted Dr. Bawumia the benchmark, and it was a good thing. But it so happens to say, in most cases, the benchmark values which were being used were higher than import duty and importers before, and sana benchmark value ever.
Yeah, what data be a chessa because to state categorically say in most cases that means ya sheda ya research be a
na ahokyere de ya ka ahokyere asem wa nipa botomu asem hia research bia because say na ya F1 ka importers will not be crying ka discount gramba. Are you getting me? The reason why you saw the importers the Busio Kaivo crying say hey at the end of so it was because they were feeling it, and that is why Bawumia came in and said no, I was here the discount over. So discount na buy the buy because or no the benchmark system be the general rule now rather than the exception as it used to be. Ama import duty in most cases akosro. So when we say bebre small girl nyema fa neighboring ports aban hrisika is anetia dia general goods emo asichire entire nkonya cement sa nyema ni nyina no o tene bo no so 50%. Na car so what is so 30 say the be ya nipa de nyema ne beba more ene na aboa ya ma yenya sika e ma yenya sika bebre 2019 2020 2021. So yes explain one. So if and I was say we yi benchmark in everywhere. What it means is that what the importers back to where they were, where the benchmark policy was first introduced. Import duty cost run. What do you do sa level? But what is worse is that now I am mohun baby because what the now come be import duty first or one and was run. And sana woman a discount no. Utie me. And the order more one container bar with your 20,000 import duty no. We 50% discount if you will be to 40,000 cedis. Are you getting me? The order price no, I don't know bet you because no to your 40. I was so to your 40 na man 50 no to your 20. To you 50 if you will call 40. A double. But that time na o to your 40 no in 2019 April and sana will be discount. All the discount over no. Na oko kranyema wa manonia no ko per dollar ukita 5 cedis 20 pesos obenya dollar bene dollar ni 6 cedis 50 pesos and on dollar na hwe no dada. Apart from that no freight because make I say import duty is calculated based on CIF. The F is the freight across in Caneno now the 40-feet container if China about Tema Porta na $3,500. That's the transportation cost, the freight. And they $5,000 mess $5,000 for freight. Are you getting me? So insurance across freight across port handling charges across new taxes are back COVID levy ni mutua and $1 sans across. So say nyama we nyina across now sans say what the ne kwa ko gina baby na ogina dada import duty 100%. Say na wukuno. Are you getting it? So it is not as simple as some people see say, oh, I buy an discount buy into year free wa. Oh, year free wa do ko baby na one na otogusu no. But this time around also your situation is worse because of the dollar rate, because of the freight rate, the freight cost, because of the insurance cost and all the other increases. So what we were saying is the businessman here no compare what obusia bitimi ko fa nyema ba. He will pass on these increments to the ordinary Ghanaian. And to be called Jomuno, not Gino more 5 kilo now or ton of 200 Ghana no. Bag nation 5 no. They say 400 Ghana or more. Now how Ghanaian scoop? And this policy affects in no area no. And more a sichri. Indomie, Macron, Italia. Tintomanto ne ketchup. Eka home. And sana clinker yedi cement paper bags in kunya yedi good them all the things we consume and everything poultry yemuade nam bibia. Are you getting it?
But so, almost 30 say e bi wo ho a ye obi wo man mu
what am I? Good. Omo kasa asem no mo nka no kre. E two justifications no mo dem ma ba ko no waka no. Ba ko ne say ye is ye one industry one factory ye manufacture nyama bebre wo Ghana na ye te di fra ma no ne de no e ba e be ma Ghana de no boy den. Second one kra so de mate omo say o ye te ye mo de discount ne ba na wo senka omo ko fa nyama de ba so te omo nyama so. Omo ante so nti is discount no e wo say ye free because omo ante so am Ghana for one feeling. But let me start with the issue about AGI and what we manufacture. Look, enyemano are affected by this policy in Kofi. You have 44 categories of items. Enye ni nyina na ye ne Ghana. Kasa Kofi utwika be me ba me hu ka fefefe bi wani mo ye odiana.
Ko wedim.
Utwika be.
Ko wedim.
Mo me patcho me ba utwika be. What brand of car do you?
Me Toyota, Toyota brand.
Yeah, Toyota Ghana.
Assembling plant number
me patcho Toyota de nka.
Toyota okay, any VW.
VW. Yeah. Na VW no kra no ya gas assembly plant and you tear rubber car. Na Ghana ani padro se ni twi VW o mu VW no mo to ni tear rubber. And as I tear rubber ye nya ne Ghana ye no wo baby ye VW. Na ye de ho nyema no ahye egu container ye ba ne aba be hye. Wo de tie mi yo na nipa se ni twi kantanka. Enti wo Toyota no ye bi wo Ghana ye nya bi. Meti be bisa dem ho nyina. What you say? Mrs. Tabruni ni mi nua be me. Ebi omo car so mutwi ye nya ne Ghana. Because Ghana is the only assembly plant we don't even manufacture cars in Ghana apart from Kantanka. The only assembly plant we have is for Sinotrack and VW. In Sinotrack, tractor. Nipa do say they use Sinotrack or Ghana. VW no so no kromo motondo do na to second hand. It's the assemble ne anana. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So I'm trying to say that 99.99% of the cars we use are not made in Ghana. And to car import duty move by 100%. Local manufacturer of car ben e Ghana ha wo yes ade ne de aboa no.
Kantanka.
Enti intro no mudi a kire wo no. Say bia ye Benz wo Ghana and I was say me to Benz import duty mu say na be ya Ghana de ne abruchi de ne bo be ye pa and Ghana de ne bo be ye fo. Then we can even begin to debate that. But ye nye Benz wo Ghana enti Benz a wo to me here. Ye nye Toyota Hyundai cars ya ye twide de ye Uber ye nye ne Ghana. So they are lying to you. Me ba cho ye esichire wo Ghana. Do we manufacture sugar
factory no there be assistance now assistance.
Dear President Mahama enya sam fa wabro ni be yintia.
There be some ko wie na. In fact mo ho ni nyina na mo kosi e say mo anhwehwe hu se sa
ya si ahwede ya ndu ahwede
ahwede ni ho
na wo asresem we.
No but is that not the case?
No wait. Aban bi adaso daye akoje $35 million bosia free India. About the factory, I be hundreds of people ejuma. Indirect jobs be created thousands. We see we factory ni si wo mono chia. We ye no. Wasan so akọ parliament approve loan facility $24 million. Say yenko Brazil nkoje. Ni yenfa memma akuafo e won patam wo no mu nua hwede ma factory no. Wo wa betena konwa so mfie nwotwe. Emfie num. Factory ni si wo process ye bisa wa wo say aban na onu si factory na enya wa hwede na hwede de na se ni dua ahwede enye 6 months na dua ti o mampenya kufu ado ba 5 years ni odua hwede a nka hwede ne nso ma factory ni nya bi enti aban a ontumi nua hwede is that one to a government ya jaw even a facility that you can give to outgrowers to cultivate sugarcane 5 years ontumi nua hwede enti factory na ye bobosia de ye ya da so tua wonsi hu na mpronse tell me say ya bro ni be ye
so site factory
the factory was done
consider raw material
ye nua hwede anwi ansa na yesi factory. I don't understand why people say that. It doesn't make economic sense because respectfully Kofi ahwede and a perishable and it's a would be ahwede na woni factory a waboka because ahwede na be pride den I say. But some factory now what you do is that you maintain the factory because already there are even new breeds of sugarcane will be 4-5 months. Are you getting me? So you don't plant sugarcane before you build a factory because the factory will take you years to build and operationalize, and the factory will be there forever. but obi koje bosia kodua hwede no wanya tofo na hwede na sane dwetira. So factory ba ansa na hwede ayeden aba. And as simple aban na odi kan na ntu ahwede dua no ho anamon bia, then you can have an argument. So the point that me try to say. But what to one na won kwa je bosia ebe boa ma yenye sika dia ma akuafo ma dua hwede no. And factory no ye siwie Abia the mama for who say it was fully operational and commissioned. And they say because say you see we no na factory no consume Abia
a producer sugar.
Yeah, say you test run here. But no, you don't need. The factory has a certain capacity. Abia 2,000 metric tons production a day. But that time no farmers say oh area maybe they can do example 500 metric tons. So it means that factory will not be operating at optimum capacity. They will be operating at a certain capacity, waiting for the outgrowers to produce so that they can go to optimum capacity. There are factories in Ghana today. They are operating at even one way steel or some George from the BS plus. They are not operating at optimum capacity because they don't have power. Are you getting it? So factories there, they can be there, but they can be operating at 50% capacity, and all that. So I'm saying that if this government was serious in 5 years, I was saying it would be ready. You cannot be making excuses after 5 years and maintaining ready. I mean, me bray or tea cry no more the project shares. I can ready and you do that.
Yeah, the man can be there.
Factory near we am trying to do
factory there.
Yes, here we are.
I see why.
Everything is there. ABI and these MPPs communicated about the minister Alan Chairman Parliament. Nobody spoke about the factory not being complete.
And it's a mobile ready.
Of course. Yaman say. Oh, but we have to maintain it. That's a Kwame Nkrumah factory. So yeah, you're crying. Ibia says a president. Mama about be revived way. Kumazi shoe factory. We revived it. On by your man's woman no go. What about the metro? I think you will be by ye wo mpenyufoni bia omo weni swade hunu papa omo ba ebe ye nyeme de adwuma ni sika bebe o manimo. Can you imagine the jobs that factory would have created in the Commander Enclave? Any boys, girls are combined.
Okay, so I mean, we are
Ghana. It was a import duty 100%.
There were other ones, sir.
Oh, me ba
Ghana,
but me ba just spare pass here in Ghana.
Spare pass. No,
it's also to import duty more. So I'm just giving clinker Ghana.
Clinker.
Yeah, clinker Ghana. Yes, I'm mistaken.
They are in here too, or so when you're and any
lime so you clinker or Ghana. Enti Ibrahim Amakra or Jata cement Ghana near cement factory no crack or crack clinker and a deba. And it's a what to clinker import duty 100%. Ibrahim Ahama cement will be cost at that rate, even though he's a Ghanaian. Same for Dangote. Enti nyemani bino me say number 1 yenye Ghana. Are you getting me? Then number 2 so no. Even ye Ghana no. Ebi wo ho input materials na yakraba. Ebi na me ma example the oil cement no crack clinker. And is a water clinker mu a yes cement wo Ghana ba cement bo be because you are not helping that local manufacturer. Your printing books ebi kra o paper efri ama no ne. So you to paper corrugated paper sense anya mani nyina mu by 100%. Local book publishers will suffer. Now yemra de ye ne Ghana no. Ye dua mo Ghana. Yeah, akoko Ghana. Now say crowd the oka product na me who communicators no say oh one day show one factory mosquito coil there. You see, I don't even understand why they make that analysis because you see the fact that bibi Ghana is not what is most important. It is the production capacity we have in the country. Ghana, for example, ye do more afibia 800,000 metric tons. But a more ye duane Ghana you produce no. 300,000 metric tons a year. That is our local rice production capacity.
Like I said,
so there is a shortfall of 500,000 metric tons. And in Ghana, for you say, ye need Yasmin rice beam. Ye need Thailand, ne Vietnam for more beam. Ye need be made in Ghana mono and so ye. It will yet daya obibe dear bruchiremo. Are you getting what I'm trying? It is I will say a brochure mono cotton bonimu 100%. I was citizens now will punish you because I know more fault say Ghana munio.
Sammy,
I can make me so and yes sir. So and yes sir, as I'm fanning see. And yes sir factory where ye bibi. what is the production capacity of that factory? Ebeso Ghana for na no. Ni nyina no below national demand. It was a cram more edeba. So the factories Ghana ehiane say mpenyifo say yonkum dwafo ndidwa. On say importer ni dwamni adwuma to support a manufacturer. Because you also what you more or the also there ban also to tax or munina so madwuma mo ye no no or my employee nipa. Are you getting me? Almost to tax more mine koso. Inti enkum dwafo ndidwa. You can help the manufacturer without necessarily destroying the business of the importer and the trader. How do you do that? The manufacturer here say, number one, access to cheaper credits. Ghana okobo bosia say we didwa na ase because of insihu. The ono dua mo or Thailand no kwaje bosia when the kroma with your interest rate 4%, 3%, o kwaje 22%. How can you compete? Utility tariffs should be cheaper for industries and manufacturers. But in Ghana, okoto power, where taxes in Kwenwo, it is high for them. How can they compete? Government should provide tax cuts and subsidies for manufacturers. We do it for the multinationals. Newmont, Money, Anglo Good for taxes, baby, but we don't do it for Ghanaian manufacturers. But other jurisdictions now are buying more tax holidays so that they can produce more for export. Now buying any foreign exchange. But what buy way? What the e-levy, but fees and charges, what to move 15%. They be what the taxes for fraud, but to kill businesses, to increase the cost of doing business in Ghana. Now we are like I say, me increase the import duty so that I will protect you. Yeah, sir. Because your free BB in 30 seconds, net FOB. Okay, the net FOB, which is the cost of production of a particular good. So obi produce a more 1 bag 5 kilogram Thailand and ne saying. Obi produce some more na so 5 kilogram Ghana and ne saying. At the end, man, yes, I know the different factors of production. No? It's because Thailand need the be cheaper because bosia what they hu si hu form. Taxes are what you are no form. Ne light bill e form. Ne mansi kan gina brane. Ente se Ghana de bia dollar here so they are able to produce at a low price, at a competitive price. By any crop be produce no. Now they no boy den. Enti no na was a ban den eye hu bibi manufacturers no. Now what they will say, even though what they are producing is expensive, you continue to heap more taxes on them. Adwuma we wura. So we be adwuma na ni pay. Me boa. Aban we the tax ba. Adwuma wura. A transfer 1 million Ghana cedis money business partner. The get no na first or transfer 1 million. Aban beje 17,500, 175 million tax and no for transferring the money. And they said they will sign check. Now aban they will sign check amajo tax 1.75. You are destroying businesses with all these draconian taxes. But when me tax na e-levy no the one off from but when me tax I simple. I don't know propose no.
It looks as if say nanko for but say I say ba omia wo wanum pa ade when we
na so no na head of economic management team o man penye kufuado yekoto ayawa so west wagon by election ogina simpi so ka say we are siminya nse nyina Dr. Bawumia team na wo so ono nana de say taxes we ono je dan nimu so no ye lawyer into what wa na Alhaji Bawumia ba nana is a bank transfer ne omo say abruchiri for boga for no mo send sika baga na de betumi adwo mo tax so they send the all these things any ideas. What you say? So me point in the say.
Until the ahonchire wo man mu hye Bawumia.
Na no head of economic management. Na I don't a position Dr. Bawumia won a position ketua. Enu nti no mo ya de papa bi omo se ono na enye ho fans no. Digitalization omo se wan enye ono a. Na ye the digitalization with tax abai no the envanko so Kufuado. In often you think President Kufuado will be very happy listening to you saying this. Aye Dr. Bawumia na.
Bawumia de ba pa no beji atum.
So the point I am making in say benchmark
say chance say be obetumi apia ba no esunti
oh kaya cry penisa oh Alhaji Bawumia ke penisa omfa no so mo de be man dia omfa no ye penisa because I know na emre bi ade wo Ghana bia Dr. Bawumia akabibia fa ho nti ebe ma campaign ayede pa ba me point ne say this is not an NDC
or a threat to Muntina mo ayire mo ho bobo ne sa no say be ya
or a threat
I can see any news no na
agro no form nti enya kasa ba me point ne say sa policy we ba we NDC ni we MPP ni you will suffer. This policy, the benchmark policy, is worse than e-levy.
Okay, so say aban no atwe asan
Also 17th. But say and one or day bad there and the opposition will be in your crutch and first one. So what you say any abona baso. You at least or more clear nyama this week or between existing ones no. At the end to be drew more born be form. So what I say so at least you good. Say abina yes sir. But say ya tria sign here the same thing bad there. Any other brack I mean you just say importers and exporters ni good for better say. Na yenso no enya de better say because we resist the issues. And this one the repercussions will be worse than e-levy.
And everybody
na sika
taxes na eba nyina
na sika aban nya no ebini
really
na sa aban wo nya sika cha aban bia omo ba yanko omo nya 460 billion in 4 years aban bia ni wo nya bi President Mills in 4 years bosia wo boy the car wo de kan Ghana sika was about 30 billion Ghana cedis ko President Kofo ko na Ghana kai 9.8 billion President Mills the 30 be kan wo man ko be 40 billion President Mahama de be 80 billion ebeka ho e de be do 120 billion President Akufo-Addo nko ade 221 billion aka ho in 4.5 years e do 341 billion as of September 2021 bosi anko ano no oil sika President Mahama in 4 years onya oil sika 6 billion because amre na Ghana ye oil ne ye wo ba ko pe Jubilee Fields papa Kofo mu nyina nya one oil field pe President Akufo-Addo ne Dr. Bawumia Nkwano omenya 3 oil fields because President Mahama eja omumi no kan 10 sankofa fields yeni enya 70,000 barrels of oil a day omomunya 200,000 barrels of oil a day yenya 6 billion cedis in oil revenue in 4 years omenya 20 billion in 4 years 2021 oil revenue nkaho taxes President Mahama got 84 billion in 4 years President Akufo-Addo got 157 billion in 4 years. Omanye sika cha ban bia. Are you getting me? Omanye sika cha ban bia COVID nko sika dia mo mebini. IMF wa mo $2 billion.
But businesses conform you know.
There be me say.
Dum
so buy no businesses are conform. President Kofo so there was a world global economic crisis me boa. Credit crunch me boa.
Yeah.
It's aban bia nya crisis. JJ Rollins abreso ye ni esusua. Jahyehe ama ekoma ma 81 zamre na nimse na Ghana economy city enti aban bi enya sa best and booms no but the point is ya no media President Mahama onu onya dum so a na oil boaba from gold boaba from cocoa boaba from no IMF for mo be is your my $936 million and na MPP for the dia tema bi sin no omo de omanya $2 billion IMF nko a World Bank a cho mo $100 million aban we nko ani aban a in recent time wako Bank of Ghana wama Bank of Ghana etresika ama no President Mahama and then one Bank of Ghana for even one cedi papa Kofo anyebi President Mills anyebi they all had crises and challenges we mu nko no omakotwa sika Bank of Ghana mo 20 billion because of COVID Ghana all you sika President Mahama di job in the stabilization fund $250 million all because of COVID sika o menya me ntimi mo boso omo brad o man money ye because sika no on the President Mahama nyesika terminal 3 ni si ono Ghana University of Ghana Medical Center baby no mu nyina nya COVID including health minister Ajima Manu baby omokoda no Ridge Hospital ni si ono Upper East Hospital ni si ono Bank of Ghana Hospital ni si ono Upper West ni si ono oh ube hu hospitals ube hu interchange hwe kaswa hwe circle di si we are you getting me ube hu nyema emampuntu oba keje tie adwa ni si ono ube hu Kutukraba market ube hu airport ube hu wa airstrip ube hu Tamal airport ya bia ube hu Kumasi airport plenty mi si wa nadwo ene adwuma edi aba we mu gisika hu hospital airports or musi even schools square way President Mahama everywhere you go look at the e-blocks universities are you getting my point so they have wasted it on consumption related
Kumasi airport
no mind that is President Mahama and the kwaje bosia e dey expand the Kumasi airport runway mua plenty mi ko Kumasi anajo sa sika na sa project ni phase 2 and the terminal President Mahama na hu sika and then the terminal be kon
phase 2 now
phase about when they see here I was in Kumasi during that 4 years I was the PRO of KMA spokesperson to the mayor of KMA President Mahama na cut sort for that project. That project is being done by the Brazilians. They are called contractor. President Mahama na dio mobile Ghana. President Mahama was the one who awarded that job.
Can just say MPP nyere
now, almost secondary school be baby acheme, and our university will be acheme. ana say President Rawlings on the UDS award the sika no de koye President Mills na ye UHAS the award who no University of Energy and Natural Resources na wo dada no pije mu ye no University mienu President Mahama ko je bosian for University of Environment and Sustainable Development Eastern Region President Akufo-Addo de we for education free obra health almost hospital kra ba ko shama de a omodi asokobo fom enela de a omoko bubu polyclinic ni 2 years ni okọ adane mfofo
Sammy dia na MPP ya waye ni ye
okay say there no maya I can get some to tell you there no maya o maya ni ye I will have to think there may be some but I will have to think
on kai bi
I will have to think I will have to think because if it is agenda 111 I face so omunsi one kra you see omono de omo ya de ya kasa ne anumdwa oh NSC kedie na yakọ rent private jet 1 hour bia $20,000 it is a jet minim say o mampenye Akufo-Addo kra to don kan kire Ghana because on tu kwan kra okọ terminal 3 si wo ya pakisi wo ya pakisi wo so a 1 hour bia ye bo ho ka 1.2 billion cedis na eno no di tu kwa ye wevu na plane ye dia ne bo den what you say because so opedi obetimi adware mu owiem ne de keka ho so eno no enti ye de ne de Falcon 900 ye presidential jet fefe na we inform Mahama ne atamos mudi tu kwan ne de e say no de ada no trotro e say di Kumase ne nkrantri ntwia ukoda nkunchira na ye de aba besiu ukoda nku
why na koda nkunchira ye de
ante se wabroni say no na ye de besi se wabroni ofi Kumase ba no but it is a fact me na mega president Mahama ka obeka Akufo-Addo maka obesa camera ko ni fie so ne ko ye interview but president Akufo-Addo de wo kan if this had happened in any country if this business and I said say wabroni say o mampenye Akufo-Addo ne invite no Kumase say ma me no oboa ka o mampenye Akufo-Addo de na court na say mo abeka nyina so obie ni wa abeka say ma me ne boa ampampa so we release the picture
hopsin ababo nten abeka
there be na say we release the picture what plane him
yes
na say wabroni o mampenye Akufo-Addo busuani ana wo ye government appointee o ye adwuma wo presidency so there na wo ye no presidential jet no so we are wasting money on masa baby mampenyi pa ya papa na mfie adui oh ye nyina ye do no ye mampenyi ya nto amane de o man no mu ni ye de but we respect and love him na wo hwe party o moto ni Christmas yi pa masa ensa den ne ya customizing the de gu ho kofi hu bi parties upon parties banquet you see and that is why UTAG is on strike. That is why CTAG is on strike. Because when they see the political class enjoying, you can't tell them to tighten their belt, they won't listen to you. See, the one who say education is in a mess. Colleges of education last year, Omanye admission back okra. Nursing training last year, Omanye admission back okra. Say John Mahama ka semi bisi Ghana. But all these things are happening. UTAG is on strike. TEU is on strike. Education sector, it's a reopening date. You cry, my what SSDB school cry na buy him. And no, the education minister had to come out to say Omonche reopening date, beba. You don't have money to do all these important things. Acquire say and you are wasting the taxpayers' money. Now we are as a maiden and menye to import duty. Masa, a common de wa. Nenchre say o de wonsam you be den. Ebe didi. Same pomu yesika. Omonfa kwampaso. They told us said they will move us from taxation to production. Now say we better import you to 100% at a time where dollar do say cedis 50 pesos, freight cost, insurance cost, so throw 9. How you will destroy businesses, people will lose their jobs, and the populace will suffer.
Sammy ebefa. Madam PP are buying at the Creative Arts Senior High School, J. Kofor Senior High School, Bosonche Girls Senior High School, but they be ready 2022. At least there is a progress. Into some say want to me and be can't
no, they've not built. They've not. They all can.
They will be ready.
They will. They are bosh. That's just. Na uni munyama moka se be ready inyama mu enti ka se afen no mu ye bi what point I mention na se omunya nyenwie President Mahama 124 fiti ase in 4 years we 46 a commission over 40 of them. Are you getting?
Sammy, quickly, I mean, moving into FDA. Letter out show yes we hear COVID the whole statistics kakra. And there abo our opinion be there.
There be.
Ongo Ongo.
Right now, I don't have any reason to take it. I don't have any reason.
Eba be or share wo man mu say si obi awo.
If you say Ghana for be two sa no so sa, I'm not sure it will work. But because I believe in the will of the power of the people. Say oman force your mom pen almost original so mom pa. Ghana ni ade a was your pen. Oka say wo ye no force so kra na obey tintin say ongo. And ye ka wonya nto boase kra kro no echirichiri mu kire no encourage na enke no ye better say obey no by force. Because I wo ye no force so there.
US because US are you.
No, if I'm traveling on an immigration visa, I don't need that in US. But say omo be yes amra no kra na me nko US na Ghana and say baby bibiri wa metimi akọ. So what is the big deal? But even in the US, you know that it is before the Supreme Court of the US now, and I'm optimistic that the feedback will be positive. I say it's simple. Although there are two legs of it. There is the propriety of compulsory or shese upewumpu COVID vaccine panel. Whether it is proper, whether it is legal, whether it is constitutional. Yes, any constitutional, any legal, into the court, any one leg. Then there is the issue about right to information. What's the name of Panya? Mean to be too quite free Ghana. Me and me crone Ghana, so mean to be too quite Magana. No country in the world has done that. But Ghana, the yes, and yes, okay. And then my information about that, then I will say, yeah, one, and who's sounds one saying, so that we can make an informed choice. I buy and say, and also see information in my. Into no home answer on the action. So
no, but we'll let no more respond to my information. Say ko foti kakra na ye omo ya na fever.
That's what we asked for. You see, oko ene www.vigaccess.org a WHO for portal oko the adverse events of COVID-19 I report to go a 2.8 million and over, including on more my vaccine omawu. WHO publishes it. They don't hide it. Uko US, Uko Europe, Uko UK. They have a system, US, they call it VAERS. You can Google it. Almost I record millions of adverse events with deaths and all that. They also publish. They don't hide it. Okay. And so Ghana, what we should have also done was to publish the adverse events associated. Will be our core website and so if you have nothing to hide, now then I will say you're going to see why will you protect that that information? Issue ne say your Right to Information Act. A dear for man for whom we have the right to request for that information. May request for two information on 16 December 2021. Number one, vaccines now most by force young one. FDA approval and FDA approval. Because we say what you want me advertise here, do be FDA approval.
Yes, FDA approval.
Yeah. And a Ghana airport company Apollo Domotre. Eyo mo board chairman. Papa no to bro nyaduano. 1.1 billion. Almost say FDA adjesa vaccines na tum. They have registered and approved it. Those were their words. And I remember could be some questions FDA ampa and nyampa. FDA for the omo response by asana abainboa. FDA registered Bruno. FDA approval Bruno. It is in the letter. I've sent it to you. Right? So, a dry register approval. Why should government be lying to Ghanaians and say it has been registered and approved? FDA say they have only given emergency use authorization, which is not approval. Emergency use authorization, say emergency biaba, yare biaba in yedro. Ya vaccines. Ye free says some fast water doors to change how, both known and unknown. Enti nipa be to me anom. Enti because of that, enti FDA ye guidelines. Emergency use authorization guidelines. Almost say drone because they man emergency use authorization. It was say optional and for so be manengo. Omampenye Kufuado dey say onu nim science change FDA for so he will force people some obewo. Apen for yesi omongo. Oba wo ma ne ba no for yesi ongo. Obi owo advanced diabetes yesi ongo. Obi owo advanced cancer yesi ongo. When kwesi broni na ono ye adrono. Why ye ho guidelines, a friend of contraindication guidelines. So obi wo condition where adro ni ye kra mfa ma no. It is so for adrobia. Enya adrobia na obetumi bia fa na dia ma HIV patient because doctors say immunocompromised condition. Even if the product is safe, it may not be good for the condition. But here the airport, one year. The only one airport which is the one dose Johnson and Johnson no. Yeah. And now US The CDC of US. It is in US they produce Johnson & Johnson. When they authorizing the first. The CDC of US, 14 December 2021, say Americans want Johnson & Johnson if they can get Pfizer and Moderna. Why? Because someone was say nipa 55 was Johnson & Johnson. Omunya black clots. Meaning say the Messia can trimu. Omuja to ane musisi ye. Emo akoma yare. Ye di omunyina to hospital, they were all admitted. 35 ended up in the intensive care unit. 14 died. Anybody watching me, Google it. US CDC of US recommends Moderna and Pfizer over Johnson & Johnson, and read it. So they are saying, men, as Ghana would do how we are paying for crowd man pay for the saying Johnson & Johnson. They are killing thousands of people. And I'll be very happy if Angel mobe starting in nipa dim komo. Say mobe the short code be ba na mo the line be to obi a wa vaccine ni be to me friend what kind of story. You'll be shocked. Omo ma wa omo ntumi nante. Omo ma, and no matter the problem you get, untimi manufacturing in court. You know that?
Yeah.
Because abina ma indemnification. Ade a say ye papa. And so the oye ne say ansa na meton ama Ghana no. Ansa na meton ama o man bi no. Ma me krata kire say obi num aduro no na wonya yade bia untimi fa me court. India for rejected it. India for anye Pfizer o ma anye Moderna. Almost never be Ghana de yaje.
Johnson & Johnson US for yate say one more lift this ban.
It's not a ban. There was a first one BAD can buy in European countries. Most of the countries said they should stop. Okay, but I'm talking about the latest information from US, not even Europe, dated 14th. Windy time, and just like I'll read it to you because it is on my phone.
And the problem now, warning you now, no, yes, winning problems are a word.
No. Vaccine, no. You see, maybe they may say, maybe point, and they said, you see your pen, no, see your person or one, so person what time cry and famano no, and the right.
Okay,
but you see on pen, and for so no say on your day, on because you see a gun, hey.
Government institutions,
yeah, compulsory.
And yes, I cry you with these soldiers are being dismissed. Even people, a lot of them, and some are saying they won't. Empty, and they are sacking people. Why? In the history of the world, in the history of Ghana, that Ben what say drobia ba. Yes, say one you lose your job. COVID nkwana the first vaccine ayaye, polio vaccine wo ho. Measles vaccine wo ho, mumps vaccine wo ho, rubella vaccine wo ho, influenza vaccine wo ho. Ebi kra wo high fatality rates than COVID-19. COVID-19 has a 99% recovery rate in Ghana. Now you say wait here one you lose your job. Why? Yeah, this vaccine. Yes, this now master I draw you say a vaccine. But why it doesn't prevent you from getting the disease? You can still get it. Maybe why?
Yeah, but
and when you get it, you can also give it to somebody. It doesn't prevent you from spreading it. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
And when you get it, even when you are vaccinated, you can die. I don't want to mention a popular judge in this country who was fully vaccinated and died of COVID-19. By saying a judge, you should know the person. In the apex court of Ghana.
Yeah. Okay.
And they are in their thousands. And as soon as someone say, wow, now unya yarena, and no my yarena no nya diunku. So that is even if that is true, it is an individual benefit. Okay. Look, at first, I'm a argument to almost a medical doctor. But I know as well. Doctors in over 11 on my petition to Omanpenyi. I'm told they are meeting him 12 who have confirmed everything I've said. Almost say it doesn't make sense. The vaccines are not necessary, they are not effective, and they are not safe. These are doctors, not Sammy Gyamfi. When I started, almost said, "Oh, you're a lawyer. What do you know about medicine?" Now, doctors who some of them are involved in Ghana's COVID fight. So, if the drug does not prevent you from getting COVID-19, doesn't prevent you from spreading it, doesn't prevent you from getting severely ill or dying of it, almost it only reduces the rate of severe illness and death there, then why must it be forced on people in the population? Say severe illness. It is an individual benefit in me. It is not a benefit for the population. Are you getting me? Because vaccine biano. What will be our tuberculosis vaccine when your tuberculosis da? How many people know what polio vaccine ya polio? How many? Even though no vaccine, a 100% effective rate, you know, it's rare to see that. But COVID did here. Check all early cases of Omicron. Omicron in South Africa and US were all discovered in fully vaccinated people. And is it not surprising? Say currently in the world, countries are more the highest vaccination rates Omona the world the highest COVID infection rates. Israel is an example. Iceland is an example. Portugal is an example. Yeah, Africa, we are the continent with the lowest vaccination rate. Omoka say we would die like flies. Bill Gates we will be packing dead bodies in stadium. And then the common kata you free unya ya say COVID. Me almost testing me be bronya, almost me a positive. They say what does it mean? It means nothing. Bronya bia na me nya hamatan kata since na me swano. Into we anya bibia. I only took immune system boosters, vitamin D, vitamin C, zithromas. In 4 days, I did a test. I was Leiden lab. Almost there is no trace of the virus in my blood. I'm not saying that because it didn't affect me, it cannot affect somebody else. Obi wa nimfie no akwa animu. Obi wa yare bi kra yeden. Ewo no. It is a for no kra na we encourage you almost bibi nti omo nko wo bibia. Na emabunu we have a very youthful population. Nanka ka dwonfo ni nyina nwuye. If what they are saying is true, they said we will be dying in the thousands. It has not happened. Why? Because safety protocols on the and the therapeutics, the treatments, obi yare and no yare COVID, hospital, COVID in near drone. So Dr. Bemo would do vitamin C, vitamin D, zithromas. It be called the Amoze Club Beka and more avec Mighten, the Beka Homa, and most of them recover. But they are not even allowing the doctors to use this treatment.
Some opposition one where though.
No, but when they're in opposition, this one government, me party for no crowd do crowd support to me. So it's an individual position.
I know it's a flag bearer.
Yes. Oh, but President Mahama has spoken for vaccination, and there is nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But he has not called for compulsory vaccination. It's the compulsory aspect which is the issue. Are you getting me? So be sure about 1 or about 10 crying for me. Say yes, boosters crowd. They say in Israel every 3 months we also will booster. A pound 1 day I will green pass. I won't even call restaurant, won't even call bank, won't even call won't even call hospital, won't even call baby. And the 3 months or so, we renew need to say driver's license. You have to go and renew. It was a war booster. This is the life President Akufo-Addo wants to bring in Ghana. Why? Because European Bank Amanisika. $81 million. The latest address no can Amanisika for COVID-19 fight. The condition is that on for some Ghana for winning. Now South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa and more than 3 million of cases of COVID-19. Hundreds of thousands of people have died. Cyril Ramaphosa so on for South Africa and Libya manengo. And the omunina no so anti-science and anti-vaxxers. All these presents.
Sammy Gyamfi lawyer. And no Eddie and Comono and Sammy dear. We say Samia Kasapa, but 10 DC MPP, they are all the same.
Living a life. Nobody care what we do. Nobody care what we go through.
We preach, Quabi to assist of work. Come in such a
see, can I lock it? Baby, I block it.
And I guess still I was
hey, baby, I'm in the way. On bad time, almost so pem to a month in Champlan or Montombi.
Today, I moto. A Brian, they say, Miss Your Chalato. No, be lie.
I